Any Pokemon player knows that the games are filled with a diverse cast of trainers. Whether it's youngsters, ace trainers, or Pokemaniacs, you never know what kind of trainer is going to challenge you in the world of Pokemon. And now that you can battle online, there's a whole new list of possibilities. Hi, I'm your friend Pat with the Leaderboard, and this is trainers you meet in an online Pokemon battle. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to become a part of the notification squad. Some of the most identifiable players are the Pokemon Go transplants. They're fresh off the wage of nostalgia and are trying to give the OG Pokemon another chance. The world of an online Pokemon battle is a strange place, but they've been lulled into a false sense of security by those familiar-looking 3D models. Pokemon Go transplants might only ever use 2 moves during battle because that's all they've got in Go. And in Go, the moves aren't turn-based, so be easy on them if they don't seem to know what they're doing. If your battle is constantly lagging or timing out because of a poor connection, chances are the Pokemon Go transplant is walking around in their backyard mid-battle. If they win, don't be too shocked if they try to give you one of their Pokemon after the battle. They're used to leaving them at gyms. The Ketchum isn't much of a threat. Nothing makes this player happier than that feeling they got watching Pokemon after school as a kid. Thanks to years of watching Pokemon, they could probably field a pretty legitimate team too, but they'd rather fill those 6 slots with sweet, sweet nostalgia. Ketchum for life. They're probably running some version of Ash's party from any of the anime seasons, which means they are intentionally using less powerful Pokemon. Or maybe they're running their own version of a lineup of the Mons they know are a little weak, but they believe in the power that's inside. Unfortunately, battles rely exclusively on statistics, and the power that's inside isn't a quantifiable stat, so it probably won't get them very far. While the Ketchum believes in the power that's inside, the Mathematician believes in numbers, and only the numbers. These trainers put in a colossal amount of work engineering a team of perfect specimens. They're cold, calculating, and statistically speaking, the odds are in their favor. You might not know this, but there are hidden factors influencing your Pokemon statistical gains. Efforts values, or EVs, give bonus improvements to stats depending on which Pokemon you defeat, while individual values are set when a Pokemon is born and determine the maximum value of your Pokemon stats. Unlike most other trainers, the Mathematician will not cave under pressure. In fact, they thrive in it. They spend countless hours breeding Pokemon, and once they've finally got a baby with perfect IVs, they spend countless hours grinding and training so they can level up their Pokemon with the perfect EVs. Actually, it's possible that they spent so much time breeding Pokemon, they've forgotten how to battle. The gym leader is a trainer living out everyone's fantasy. They're easy to spot because they've created a team centered around one type of Pokemon, and they know what they're doing. These trainers box in their opponents and force them to avoid using Pokemon with bad type matchups. Their carefully crafted teams means the trainer knows all there is to know about their preferred type. And you may feel confident if you manage to clear the first 5 Pokemon, but just like in a regular gym battle, they'll often save the biggest and toughest challenge for last. While the gym leaders limit themselves to one specific type of Pokemon, the Eeveelution Trainer takes it one step further, or maybe one step too far. With 1 Eevee and 8 possible evolutions, you can fill out a whole team roster and then some just using Eevee's evolutionary line. Granted, it certainly will not be the strongest team possible, but an Eeveelution team does have the perk of being able to cover all the bases as far as type matchups are concerned. The Eeveelution Trainer will use mystery to their advantage. If you throw out a water Pokemon, they can use either Leafeon or Jolteon, and then you'll have to be forced to react to whatever they throw out. Regardless, there could be worse trainers to battle. At least all the Eeveelutions are adorable. The Softee is a unique kind of trainer, but one you certainly see every now and then. They love to pamper their Pokemon, and their favorite part is after the battle, when the little hairdryer pops up and they can go straight into Pokemon-Amie to clean off their Pokemon. Their Pokemon are meant for more than just battling, but they know that battling is in their DNA. So every now and then they take their Pokemon into online battles for a little exercise so they can get it out of their system. You'll likely find that the Softee has a whole bunch of cute Pokemon, and probably one of those cosplay Pikachus. They're surprisingly difficult to battle, not because their team is ultra powerful or anything, but it just feels so wrong mowing down Pokemon that cute. The shiny cares about one thing, and one thing only: looking good. They don't care about stats, they don't care about moves. The only thing that matters to them is showing off their ultra rare shiny Pokemon. The odds of randomly encountering a shiny Pokemon are 1 in 8,192, and their odds of winning battles with their ridiculous assortment of Pokemon is probably about the same. Either way, once the dust settles, you might look at your Pokemon and suddenly think they aren't all that special anymore. Don't worry, it's completely natural if you find yourself wondering if the grass, or in this case Bulbasaur, is really greener on the other side. Then there's the Sweeper. How can you tell if you've encountered a Sweeper? Well, your team will have fainted before you even had a chance to attack. Sweepers are pretty common archetype in the Pokemon competitive scene, and Beedrill, Alakazam, Archeops, Ninjask, and Gengar are all the signature Pokemon of the Sweeper. Their goal is to maximize speed and attack, so they can take you out before you even have a chance to strike. If you manage to survive their first attack, consider yourself lucky. They are total glass cannons and probably won't be able to take any retaliation. The next trainer is equally dangerous, but in a much more terrifying way. The wall staller trainer will beat you without ever really using an attack move. They'll poison you, they'll burn you, and then they'll use non-damaging moves to make sure the battles are as long and grueling as possible. The wall stallers are some of the most difficult trainers to beat, and often you'll find yourself wishing they would just end it. Their Pokemon often have great defensive stats, frustrating movesets, and worst of all, a way to restore their HP. Sometimes they use Pokemon such as Blissey, Bronzong, Hippowdon, and Vaporeon. You'll be left hopeless while you repeatedly try and find something, anything, that can take down these trainers. And then there's the Mega Evolver, who only cares about one thing, Mega Evolution. Obsessed with raw power, their team will be a mishmash of types that seem to make no sense at all. And honestly speaking, it probably doesn't make much sense, so don't try too hard to look into their hidden logic. They really just wanted the biggest, baddest Pokemon in town, and their commitment to the cause is commendable. They did have to find all the Mega Stones in order to activate the Pokemon's Mega Evolution, but if you ask me, it feels a bit of a cheap trick. The friend code collector is really just here for the Festival Plaza. Sure, they'll battle you, but their heart isn't in it. They'll probably just let you win anyway because they want to stay in your good graces. Wins and losses mean nothing to them. They are far more interested in adding you as a friend, so they can complete missions for the Festival Plaza. They only have so many IRL friends who play Pokemon, so battles are simply a way to meet new players and gather more friends. They're more interested in partnering up with you to take on the festival missions so they can get those ever-elusive festival coins. But be wary if you ever try to battle them again. Festival coins allow you to purchase items that boost your Pokemon's stats, and the friend code collector can very easily turn into a different kind of trainer, the Mathematician. The Nuzlocke is a special kind of trainer, and your heart should probably go out to them if you meet one. You'll know it's them because all their Pokemon will be nicknamed, and the other big clue is if you battle them a second time after beating them the first time, they'll have a completely new roster. These trainers hail from the Nuzlocke Challenge, a user-based challenge designed to make the single-player campaign more difficult. Basically, the idea is to nickname every Pokemon and develop a special bond with them. But if the Pokemon faint in battle, you need to release them. The fear of losing a Pokemon makes every battle a high-stakes one. So if you run into a Nuzlocke, maybe take it easy on them. They've probably been through thick and thin with those Pokemon, and if you wipe them out, they're gonna have to start from square one. And finally, a note to the legendary user: we get it. Your Pokemon are the strongest ones in the game. Sure, they've got some of the highest base stats, so they're logically the right choice, but online battling just seems to work better if we're all on the same page, and that page is the one where we all agree to keep it competitive and just use the regular Pokemon. Look, even if you're in it to win it, some things take second priority, right? If the New York Yankees showed up to challenge a high school baseball team, would it really be a fair fight? Would you feel good about that? Listen, there are over 800 Pokemon to choose from, and if everyone wants to win so badly that they start using the legendaries, the online scene is gonna go stale real quick. So please, from the bottom of our hearts, if you're a legendary user and you're watching this video, for everyone's sake, for my sake, please try someone else. Try anyone else. You never know. You might be pleasantly surprised with how powerful some of the lesser known mons can be. What kind of trainer are you? Did we miss any other types? Let us know in the comments below. I'm your friend Pat, and thanks for watching Pokemon Trainers You Met in an Online Match. Check out the Leaderboard Esports for everything you need to know about Overwatch, League, and beyond. Head over to the Daily Rainbow 6 for highlights, interviews, and more from Tom Clancy's latest. And be sure to subscribe to Leaderboard, your home for video game facts.